Good morning all. Welcome to SourceFoot learning session for grade 4. SourceFoot is one of the leading names help students in their life goals through schooling, sports and life skills. Today I am going to take your English class. So we have already started our first chapter, that is the boy and the robbers. So today it will be the second part of the chapter. After finishing up this chapter, you will come to know what did the robbers do with the merchants and the boy, how the boy became famous afterwards, why the robber chief stuck, what happened to the Otans when the robber chief came to know the truth. So let's begin. It was the second page of your first chapter. So just look at the page and listen to me. Last year we came to know that the boy Utans, he is 12 years old now, and his parents are sending him to the furthest the distant city to a distant city for the further education. So he will be alone, that's why, and the road is very dangerous. That's why they arranged a group of merchants, and the boy will go with them to that distant city. So they are also going to the same city. So the road is also very rough and hot. That day is also hot, and they have started their journey. And suddenly, in the evening time, a group of robbers swooped down upon them. And the merchants were not fighting men; they just gave up. They just gave it their all the goods, money, and everything. Now we will come to the next page. So well. Boy, what have you got? Asked one of the robbers as he pulled Utans down from his horse. So robbers now saw that little boy Utans, and he pulled him down from his horse and asked him, "Do you have anything to give us?" Then he answered, 40 pieces of gold, answered the lad, that means the boy. The robber laughed. He was thinking, it's a little boy. How 40 pieces of gold will be with him? So he had never heard of a boy with so much money as that. That is a good story, he said. He was thinking, that robber was thinking that a boy is making a story. He said, that is a good story. Where do you carry your gold? And the boy said, it is in my hat underneath the lining. Lining means cover. Answered Utans. Oh, well, you can't make me believe that, said the robbers. He was thinking the boy is making jokes or making a story, and he hurried away to rob on one of the rich merchants. He thought he's making story. Why I will waste time with this little boy? He doesn't have anything. So he moved on to another rich merchant where he can get more things or more golds or something. Soon another robber came and said, my boy, do you happen to have any gold about you? He also again asked the same question. Do you have anything to give us? Yes, 40 pieces in my hat, said Utans. Utans again said the same answer. That yes, I have 40 pieces in my hat. So you are a brave lad to be joking with robbers, said the man. That man was little angry, and he thought he is joking with robbers. So he was telling him that you are really brave boy. So you are joking with a robber. And he also hurried on to a more promising field. Then he also went to the other merchant. At length, the chief of the band called to a dance. After some time, after a long period, the band chief of that group, robber group, he looked dance and he thought he need to ask that boy also. And he said, young fellow, have you anything worth taking? He said the same question. Utans now answered, I have already told two of your men. Means I have already told to a few men, and I have 40 pieces of gold in my hat, but they won't believe me. Take off your hat, said the chief. Now chief is asking to take off his hat. The boy obeyed. The chief tore out the lining and found the gold hidden beneath it. Chief, what did chief do? Chief tore the lining and he found the gold. Why did you tell us where to find it? Then she was also shocked. How that little boy tell the truth? He asked. No one would have thought that a child like you had a gold about him. Then the chief said he couldn't believe that a child like that boy can carry that much amount of gold with him. Then the boy said, if I answered your question differently, I should have told a lie. If I answered other thing, then it will be a lie. So that's why I told the truth. Said Hortense, and none but coward tells lie. Then he said, no one other than the coward who is not brave, he will only tell the lie. I'm not a coward. The robber chief was struck by this answer. The robber chief, he was struck. Means he's stunned. He can't see anything. He was just thinking what the answer that little boy has given. He thought of the number of times that he himself had been a coward. Means number of times he must be telling the lie. So now he's thinking he's also a coward. Then he said, you are a brave boy and you may keep your gold. Then he gave his gold back and he said that you are a brave boy. Here it is. Mount your horse means grab your horse and my own men will ride with you and see that you reach the end of your journey in safety. So Ravar got the lesson and he left the boy. He told that boy that you can go and my men will guard you to your journey safely. Bhutan in time became one of the famous men of this country. He was the advisor and a friend of two of the kings who succeeded Cyrus. After Cyrus, who was the king, in two periods, that boy was the advisor of those kings. He was that much famous and he was that much brave. So it was your story. Let's move on. So it will be your class work. You have to note down in your copy the word meanings. Underneath. Underneath. Underneath means below. Hurried away. Hurried away means rushed away. Promising. Promising means showing sign of success. At length means after a long time. Lining. Layers of material that covers the inside of something. So next, again, it is word meanings. Mount your horse. Mount your horse means climb up your horse. Struck. Made to think. Succeeded. Took the job after someone. Here succeeded the two king was succeeded of Cyrus. After Cyrus, they took the job. That's why this succeeded word has been used. These are the opposite words. Succeed opposite is fail. Covered opposite is brave. Hidden opposite is visible. Lie opposite is true. Underneath opposite is above. Underneath meaning below or beneath. So now it will be some question answer. What did the first robber ask to Utans? The robber asked Utans if he has any valuable, then take it out. What was Utan's answer to the first robber? Utan said he has 40 pieces of gold. Why the robbers did not believe him? The robbers did not expect Utans to tell the truth, and they didn't think a small lad will carry that much gold. So he didn't believe that boy. Now some more question answer. Why the robber chief was struck by Utan's answer? The robber chief came to know how brave boy Utan is, and side by side he was thinking that so many times he himself been a coward by telling lie. What happens to Utans in latter life? Utans became famous in latter life, and he was appointed as the advisor of two Persian kings. So now do some make sentences in your copy. Promising. I did my own. You can do your own sentences. I will check and correct it. He is promising student, but he is not concentrating in study now. He is a promising student, means he is going to be a successful man, but now he is not concentrating in his study. Struck. Next word is struck. So, and a new idea struck in my head for business, means made me think. Obey. She obeys her parents. So these are the mixed sentences. 3 words I have given. You can use your own sentence. Okay. So this is your today's lesson, and thank you so much for listening.